it's Jonathan here again. Thanks for dropping by. In the first video that I sent you, I explained to you very briefly how you can use numbers to relate to the scale, right? And how you can use that to look at your intervals in a very kind of simple way, right? And in the second video, I showed you an octave pattern that you can use. And today I want to spice up that octave pattern even further. This is probably a little bit more of an advanced kind of thing, but I want to show you how you can use simple theory to really, spice up your playing. And the octave pattern, of course, is a very simple way of doing that. But I really like using chords in my bass playing, and it kind of adds that extra depth to it. And in different situations it's appropriate and sometimes it's not, but when you can get away with it, I think it's a lot of fun. You can really use those intervals to make a very kind of rich and melodic sound out of your bass. And so I'm going to show you there what I was doing at the beginning of the video, and all I was doing was I was playing, starting on a D root note. I was playing D, C, and G. Okay, those were the chords, D major, C major, and G major. And all I was doing was at the 10th fret here, I had my finger on the root note, on the D, okay? Then I went to the octave. If you remember the octave pattern, it's that right angle, 2 frets down, two strings up, 2 frets up, and I got another D. And then all I did from there is I'm adding a third from the octave, okay? So if you remember from the major scale pattern, 1, 2, 3. So this is our major third pattern, okay? Right there. So all I'm doing is I'm moving that third note from here, where it would normally be, up to the octave instead, okay? So put those 3 together and you get a root note, the 8th note, and you get the 3rd, but up high. It sounds really cool. Starts to sound a bit like a chord. You're actually missing out on the 5th note of the scale, which would be needed if you actually wanted to make a D chord, the 1, 3, and 5. But you're kind of 2/3 of the way there, and it sounds really neat. And then all I do is I use that exact pattern, move it down to the C, and then I just play something on the G. So you can play this in different ways if you want. Go back to the G there. So you can play them together, which sounds more like a chord, or if you want, you can kind of, bounce through the notes, arpeggiate them in a way. You can play it however you want. It's the basic idea of, getting those different intervals into your playing and using them to really kind of spice things up. And that's basically what decoding the bass guitar is all about, is learning how to spice things up with using a little bit of theory. And it's simple theory, it's not complicated terminology and all that kind of fun stuff, but it's very powerful. It's a very powerful way of looking at your bass guitar, and I encourage you to check it out. There's a link right below the video here if you're on the site. If you're not, head on over to bassguitartheory.com and check it out, and we'll see you again next time.